More than £100,000 has been returned to victims of postal scams after a special initiative between National Trading Standards and the Royal Mail.
Normally it's against the law for them to open your post, but because elderly and vulnerable people are being targeted, a special exception is being made.
Last month, here on Breakfast, we revealed how scam mail cost victims billions of pounds a year, and one of our viewers got in touch to explain how her father had been conned out of money.
Well, John Maguire's at a Royal Mail sorting office in Bristol to tell us all about it. Morning, John.
Morning.
Morning, Bill. Morning, Louise. Morning to you, everyone at home. As you can see, they're still sorting quite a bit of mail by hand these days. It's the type of mail that the machines can't quite pick up with the optical character readers. If it's handwritten, if it's difficult to read the postcode, maybe the postcode is missing. This is very much the process here is that they take the letters, sort them, of course. Ultimately, they then go out to the posties who take them out on the early morning rounds and push them through your door. That really is the front line against scam mail companies. In conjunction with Trading Standards, they are waging a war against a business that targets 3.2 million people every single year.
If you think scam mail only affects the gullible few, then think again. Companies receive around £5 billion a year in the UK. It may not be ethical or sometimes legal, but it's highly lucrative.
I've come here today to talk to you about scam mail you might be receiving.
So, Trading Standards are going on the offensive. One way is identifying and contacting victims. 91-year-old James has spent a fortune.
You'd sent off for some cream, some circulation cream,
yes,
but you've been sent some tea.
From products he hadn't even ordered to vastly overpriced food to bogus prize draws, James has been in the grip of the scam mail companies.
I've been caught, and I think someone off guard may fall into the same trap. But so I suggest they steer clear of them altogether.
His daughter Liz contacted the BBC after an interview we featured with Royal Mail, describing how it's working to prevent the letters getting through. But she wants even more to be done.
I just cannot believe that there are not ways locally of creating some sort of protection for vulnerable people so that the mail can be opened with a relative or something.
This is the national headquarters of the Trading Standards Fight Back.
Now, just to give you an idea of the scale of the problem, these are replies to one scam company, all from victims. They will be filled with sometimes cash, postal orders, cheques. They'll be returned to the victims. And these bags here represent seizures made over just 1 month.
There are 3,000 letters here from victims. So what's being done to stop them arriving?
If we can get the people on the ground to be able to help us identify who they're delivering this post to, we'll actually be able to get to the victims and not just stop the criminals, because we gather that intelligence from the victims as well.
The companies may be immoral, but they're far from stupid. Taking them on is complex and expensive. Trading Standards budgets are tight, and the financial rewards for the scammers, regardless of how they're earned, can be huge.
Now, you might think that once that mail is in the system, then the workers here or elsewhere in Royal Mail could just rip them up and throw them in the bin. That's not allowed. There are very strict laws that apply. It's a contract that's in place. Once you put a letter into a postbox until it is delivered into your postbox, into your letterbox at home, there are very, very strict rules that protect the sanctity, protect the security of the Royal Mail, of the postal business. So it's about getting those posties in the front line. It's also about Trading Standards identifying those victims. It's a massive problem. These companies are very, very sophisticated, and of course many of them will inevitably turn to email to try to identify victims to ensure that they get their cash. This lot are trying to stop them.
John, thank you very much. Good to hear from you. Thank you.